Hey, AJ.
What's up, man? Anything exciting happened in your life lately?
Exciting? No.
Well,
Oh, do you know what I do for a living? Dude, I play video games every day. And then
that's fucking exciting, man. What are you talking about?
Sit here with
That
you
is like
half
the
the week
most
and talk
exciting.
about them.
That's even more exciting, isn't it?
Oh, maybe from your perspective. AJ, if you had to get rid of one, Chinese food or Mexican food,
Oh my God.
which one would you get rid of reluctantly, I'm sure?
Very, very reluctantly. I'd probably get rid of Chinese food.
Oh my God, sacrilege. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I eat a lot. I eat a lot of Mexican food. Like I've had like Mexican food like probably 3 or 4 times in the last like week or two. So,
yeah, dude, I gotta
but
be honest. My extent of Mexican food eating is Taco Bell, which is like, I mean,
oh my, that's not Mexican food. What are you talking
that's what
about?
I'm saying. Yeah. So, and I eat all sorts of Chinese food. So I'd have to say get rid of
Oh my
Mexican,
God.
only because all I'd be getting rid of in my life is Taco Bell, which is, I mean, I think still pretty severe, man. I don't want to get rid of.
Dude, if I had the choice between Chinese food and Taco Bell only, I'd get rid of Taco Bell. Sorry.
See, Dark Angel 3 says, "Oh, that's horrible." Neither. See, you're missing the point. It's a tough
I
decision.
agree, Dark
You
Angel.
have to. I don't want to get rid of either one either. But you have to. That's the point of this. That's like, it's like marry, fuck, kill, right? You don't want to marry, fuck, kill, or any of them, but you got to do it, man. That's the fun part of the
It's
conversation,
debatable. Depends on the choices, but
right? Everyone is in agreement that Taco Bell is not Mexican. All right, let's start the show. This is PSVR GamesCast Live, where we film live every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on YouTube, live at 6 p.m. Eastern. You know what time it is right now, AJ? 6:03. It's 3 goddamn minutes. 3 goddamn minutes. If you're watching it live, then hello and welcome to the show. All you lovely people in the chat.
why do we meet up 20 minutes early if we're going to be 3 minutes late every time? What's the point?
I don't know. I'm going to make us even later, though, with Jeppy Condow's $5 tip says, "God damn, that PSVR 2. I said, God damn!
I said, goddamn.
Coffee's kicking in. Also, Looper the Underground Gamecat with the €5 says, "It's a clever move to cover the most concerning part, the fixed cable connector with the PSVR GamesCast Live logo." Truth, my friend. Truth.
What? I didn't even follow that.
If you look at the thumbnail,
the
you can't see
cable.
the hardwired cable because I covered it with the logo.
That wasn't intentional.
Sure.
Or was it?
Dude, who knows what's going on up here when I'm not paying attention. My name is Brian Paul from this channel right here, PSVR Without Parole, and this man over here to my right is AJ from the Underground, PSVR Underground.
What is up, man? What is up, Game Cats? I see all of you here. I saw, wait, who was it? Let me scroll up. Oh, maybe I need to scroll down. It was Zombie 5150.
Scroll to the left. Now scroll to the right.
Said, "Long live the Mexican pizza." That's a good point. Mexicans do have pizza, so that complicates things. But man, happy Wednesday, happy hump day, and I hope you guys are ready, because we have got PSVR 2 news to hump you full of today. That's right. We're just raw dogging it today, not even wearing protection. Nope, we're going in raw.
But if it's raw, how can it be ribbed for her pleasure?
Oh, it's ribbed, all right. We'll get into that, too.
It's ribbed for all of our pleasures.
Yes.
All right, man. We should probably get the show rolling. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Obviously, we're going to be talking about PlayStation VR2. We've had the big reveal. We're going to be talking a little bit about the new game that came out today, Sam and Max VR. But first, today we saw a little preview of the upcoming Pistol Whip Encore DLC. That was something we had been speculating on last week, trying to figure out exactly what it was. AJ, what did it turn out to be in that new trailer that they revealed today?
Yeah, so we did speculate a little bit, but it turns out this is the first of a few content updates that are happening to Pistol Whip, which is good, man. I kind of missed Pistol Whip went quiet for a long time. They did like the 2089 update, which was huge. They did the Smoke and Thunder, which was also huge. Some of the best content that Pistol Whip has been with these updates, and now there's another one, and it's starting with the Encore, which is a party mode, which typically with PSVR it means local co-op, local multiplayer. Sorry.
Yeah, so the party mode on Encore is literally they're giving us local leaderboards, and they're telling us, you play through once and then you pass the headset to your friend, which is fine. They're like, this has been most requested. I'm like, I don't know who's been requesting this, because I don't know, man. It's like, like online is how I play everything multiplayer now. I don't generally have a lot of friends over, and like, guys, like let's have a pistol whip night and compete with each other for the best score and sweat all over the headset, and then share.
Nobody
it
wants
with
to
each other.
pass around a sweaty ass headset. And the local co-op is probably the worst form of. I'm sorry, what do I keep saying? Co-op, local multiplayer, leaderboards or whatever. Local PvP is probably the least popular version of multiplayer you can do for VR. Most people like social environments or just co-op, so multiplayer was probably requested a bunch, but
not this multiplayer.
I don't think it was this one in particular, but that's okay because there's more, right?
Yeah, and it does seem like I will say that the trailer was super confusing because it listed all of these different things that are coming to Pistol Whip, and it made it all sound like it was part of the Encore update. And then it says coming 2022, coming this year to Pistol Whip, and then they said, and then the Encore update is coming tomorrow. So we're assuming Encore just means the local multiplayer mode, the party mode, whereas the rest of the updates they talked about in this trailer are 2 new scenes, which are based on the 2089 and Smoke and Thunder campaigns.
Yes,
three
awesomeness.
Yes, oh, absolutely. Those are the 2 best reasons to play Pistol Whip in my book. 3 new modifiers, new weapons, and winter skins. Dude, we speculated that this could be a paid DLC, and they basically said all of the stuff that's coming for the rest of the year is free, which is kind of crazy.
Well, not really, because they increased the price of the game. So it makes sense business-wise what they're doing here. They increased the price of the game and
but they're not getting any money from us, though. We already bought the game, and everybody else in our chat already bought the game. So unlike regular DLC, paid DLC, like they're not getting any more money from us. They might be raising the price for new gamers, but like they're not getting any more money from their existing user base, which is a huge difference between what they're doing here and regular DLC, the regular DLC model.
Yeah, but I will say, I think of all this stuff, I don't really mess with because they talk about the skins, customizations, and whatnot, new guns. I don't really use the wide array of guns. They actually have like a lot of choices for all this stuff, and I don't really use like any of it. I stick to like 1 or 2 and 2 different colors or whatever, and like that's about it. The modifiers I like to mess with some, but I think the big part of this news for me is absolutely the 2 new scenes. That has been. Of this whole update thing, that's what I'm interested in the most. That's what's going to keep me coming back to play more, and that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, I think so. I think me too. And I'm really more than anything like when's your next campaign coming, guys? And let me throw $5 your way for that new campaign, because like that's what I want more than any of this. You can keep your new weapons, your new guns, your new modifiers. As far as I'm concerned, like give me a new campaign. That's where my that's what's going to get me to turn on Pistol Whip again and try to blast through it.
I do like the modifiers. I'm okay with the modifiers. But local multiplayer party mode and what was it? I mean some of the skins and stuff. I just doesn't interest me. Like it's fine. It's great. It's great stuff. But yeah, it's okay. But
Before we move on to our next story, I think somebody in the chat's going to make you real happy, because Mad Max, the Metaverse Gamecat VR with the $5 tip says, No Man's Sky finally clicked for me. I finally started figuring out what to do, and OMG, I heart this game. I didn't think anything could take me away from Zenith. Congratulations.
What if I told you that I played No Man's Sky for like 3 hours earlier, man? No Man's Sky and Zenith I've been playing the shit out of, and man, I am a happy gamer right now. Let me tell you, it is so much fun, both these games. And yeah, we'll talk about No Man's Sky for right now because that's what was mentioned. That new update they did, super cool, and
Sentinel
really. This is the best update. Man, they have some really, really good updates. And this is just an example of another one that was like, for me, like really, changed the game a little bit. I was streaming in Discord earlier a little bit, giving my toe. I got great news. My toe is starting to feel better for the first time in like a month and a half. It feels
Everybody
like it's been
drink!
forever. Everybody drink because my toe is feeling better and I'm excited. I hope it's a sign of things to come because I've missed live streaming a bunch and doing all sorts of stuff. So, but yeah, man, freaking No Man's Sky is awesome. So
Freaking
good.
No Man's Sky.
Freaking
Well,
No
let's
Man's
talk
Sky.
about freaking Sam and Max. This time it's virtual, which came out today on the PlayStation Store. You and I had access to this a couple days ago. Only about 4-hour game, so we both were able to finish it before today. AJ,
Yo.
I don't think it's any surprise to anybody. Anybody who's been paying attention. This wasn't getting good reviews on other platforms. We still had some hope for it. Spoilers, if you hadn't checked out my review yet, I ended up giving it a 5 out of 10. That's all pretty negative. But AJ, let's start this mini review with what we liked about Sam & Max this time it's virtual.
So I never played Sam & Max really back in the day. I did play some point-and-click adventures. I'm a big fan of Monkey Island. And is King's Quest, does that count as point-and-click adventure? I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
I was a big fan of King's Quest and Monkey Island. Those are my two big ones. And I enjoyed a couple other ones. But so something I liked about it, I thought the characters are pretty good. I can see why this was chosen for this and a way to bring this back because they're good characters and I think the game overall had pretty solid writing. It kind of captures that zany, cartoony essence that I haven't experienced. I don't really watch cartoons or anything for a long time now, like decades. So it was nice to see some of that charm recaptured, which I enjoyed the kind of banter between the characters. I think they were fun to listen to, and they I didn't get like a laugh out loud, but I thought they were pretty enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah, same. And actually, really, on top of this, I really enjoyed the variety that they implemented in the gameplay. It's actually, I don't think I was very good about explaining just how well they sort of mimic the formula of the original Sam & Max Hit the Road, like in 1990, whatever. Because what Sam & Max Hit the Road did in 1990 was say, like, hey, we want to do puzzles. We want to do point-and-click adventure puzzle games, but we want to mix it up and make sure that like there's always something you're doing, always something that kind of breaks up the puzzle solving with a little bit of action. And I think that this game really tried to mimic that very well, to the point where I was like, oh, you're always kind of doing something different. You're climbing, you're shooting, you're running through obstacle courses, and or you're dropping balloons on the targets. There's always different things that you're trying to do, and then occasionally they're like, oh, now solve this puzzle. I think they went super heavy into the action stuff, and kind of strayed away from a lot of puzzle solving, which for VR probably a little bit of a safer bet. So I really didn't mind that at all.
I think they had the right idea. A lot of this game is good on paper.
Yeah.
And I think they had the right idea. I don't mind that it wasn't like this feels like a old school point and click adventure, but now it's in VR. It's like, no, it was more focused on the characters and then what VR can bring to the game. And like you said, there's a lot of mini games in this, a lot of variety, and all sorts of different things But they're small. They're like bite-sized things. They're not nothing nothing to write home about really. But
yeah, and then of course the negatives are a little bit easier to sort of point out. As AJ said, the character interactions are great. The dialogue is great, but man, it really is just the worst part of VR for me when you have to stand when they take control away from you and they force you to just stand there and stare and watch these two characters talk to each other. And I don't think they got the great animations from the 2D days. I don't think that they I don't think they took as many risks. I don't think it was, like Sam and Max is pretty dark, right? They're bright and sunny. They look like happy shiny cartoon characters, but they're doing like some really dark devious things.
I like the
casually
adult, kind of more adult humor. Yeah,
yeah, and I don't think that translated enough to this game. And plus, then you're standing there in VR just watching them talk, and I was like, it drives me insane.
Yeah, I mean, when
they
stand you there, when they hold you there, they hold you there. Like you can't turn, you can't do anything. I don't think it went on for too long. It just does it frequently.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you sit there for too long, but it does enough to be like, all right, like I'm ready to go, or can I skip this, please? Or like I was definitely wanting to skip it, but so yeah. The thing is, like I said, this game on paper I think was a really good idea. But man, from a technical level, this game is a technical disaster. I mean, I don't say this lightly when like I wonder if the devs even played this on PlayStation VR. I mean, they had to have because they developed for it. But it is such a technical mess that I was like, did the devs even play this game? Like, because it was so bad from a technical standpoint. Yeah. The main menu, when you first start in, there's like tons of pop in and like, texture popping. It doesn't look so hot. There's all these mini games, but all of them are like rough. I mean, like they're not smooth gameplay wise. There's stuff where you have to grab like a chandelier or something and swing, like slide down or whatever during the obstacle course. And like I'm like going through the air and it is dropping mad frame rates, like really, really bad, to the point to where like I almost, I don't get motion sick, but I definitely felt that. I was like, there's nothing that gets me motion sickness except for when like the frame rate stutters and drops and stuff. And this is while you're going up in the air and then back down. Right. Is when this is happening. I'm like, of all places, this is like the one place this cannot happen. It is a disaster from a technical standpoint.
Yeah.
Disaster.
I actually didn't have any frame rate problems at all when I was playing through it. I know the exact thing you're talking about. And when I was holding onto the chandelier was like shaking back and forth. I was like, what is going on here? But the frame rate was fine. But I mean, there were 2 points where I had to reset the chapter because like the thing that you were supposed to do puzzle wise wasn't registering, which is the worst thing ever in a puzzle game. When you're like, is it the game that's broken or do I not know the solution to the puzzle? And in this case, both times I had to reset it was the game that was broken.
Within 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes, I had one bad bug, and then I had one that was game breaking, and had to restart from the office. Like when I first got to the office, literally the second scene in the game, I had to restart that level. Not good at all. From the just really, really bad technical issues that, I'd say the game itself is like average. I'd say it's maybe just an average game, but you throw that, all the bugs and everything else with it, and it sank the score for me. So yeah, I think I texted you and I was like, this is trash. And within the first 20 minutes, a little bit of an early reaction though, as I got to play it. Okay. And I said like, I give this like a 3.5 out of 10. And then like, as I played it a little bit more, my score went up a little bit, but it still just doesn't, it's still, if the game, even without all the bugs and everything, it's just an average, like okay game, nothing great.
Yeah, agreed. And that's our review of Sam and Max. This time it's virtual. I don't think that's what's been.
But, no, we don't. But I want to say the one last thing that I freaking hate is the button mapping. Man, another game that has the circle button as the movement button. The button mapping and shit. It's like they've never fucking played a PSVR game ever. I mean, I'm done making excuses for developers like here. I used to kind of forgive it. They did the exact same control scheme that After the Fall did at launch. And it is just like, good God, people. I mean, there's 100 games that are reviewed well and show you that you don't have to try and reinvent the wheel. And they screwed up the button mapping. It has the worst control scheme ever. It is like what After the Fall launched with, which After the Fall fixed it. But good God, people, get it together. Like, it's like you've never played a VR game before, and you're trying to make one, and it's embarrassing.
Agreed. AJ, let me take.
I agree with your 5 out of 10.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me take care of a couple tips here before we move on to the big topic of the day. First and foremost, we've got 50 Mexican pesos from Alberto Mapam El Gamecato. He says, I got No Man's Sky as a birthday gift last weekend. Happy belated, our friend. It says, I tried it and it got immediately hooked. Got my friends to buy it. AJ was completely right. Okay, I'll give you that. Hashtag hire AJ.
Hell yeah, man. Freaking love No Man's Sky. Congrats. And happy birthday.
We also got Professor Lilith with a $5 tip. Says, the February 27th, that's this Sunday, multiplayer poll is up on the Discord. Which one does the best job of letting you blow up the opposition? You decide. Oh, I wonder what the options are. But make sure you guys join our Discord so you can be part of the Sunday multiplayer meetups, and you can go and vote on Professor Lilith's poll. Thank you so much, Professor Lilith, for running the Sunday meetups. Really appreciate that.
Well, Brian, it is time to talk about the main event because we need a lot of time to talk about this. There's a lot to unpack here, and that is yesterday, PlayStation VR2 finally was unveiled to the masses via a PlayStation blog. But we'll get to that later. They finally showed us what PlayStation VR2 looks like, man. And obviously just the sight of it has everybody excited. We're super excited to do a deep dive on our thoughts on it. And yeah, man, let's kick things off.
Let's kick things off, and so I mean, just like we review games, man, we always want to start off with the good stuff, and I think the immediate reaction a lot of people had was wow, they kept a lot of the good stuff from PSVR 1, like the Halo strap. It might not seem like a huge deal, when you first look at it and say, oh, okay, it looks kind of similar, but the fact is PlayStation VR 1 is still the most comfortable headset out there, right? I don't think anyone, anyone who's actually tried it, I don't think they can refute that statement. And so with an even lighter headset, they said it's slightly lighter. This isn't going to be like miles difference or anything like that. It's going to be pretty much the same. It gave Sony like a chance to sort of refine things a little bit, add some different cushioning, that kind of stuff, and. Hold on, I was like, oh no, oh crap! I was trying to fix something real quick before that. Oh, it didn't work. Oh well, I tried. And so Sony's had like 6 years to sort of refine this thing and take the amazing Halo design, the super comfortable design, and tweak it just a little bit and make it even better. So like that, that was the first thing I thought of was like, man, this thing's going to be super duper comfortable, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah. This is their patented Halo design that is, they've created this, designed it after head massagers. It is tried and true. I literally know people, we were just talking the other day with some game cats that were talking about how they've fallen asleep with the headset on. I've had gaming sessions up to 18 hours long that I've played this. I use this thing like every day. It doesn't give me headaches. It is super comfy, and I'm glad that they kept that in the design. Hopefully they have some better materials for the padding and stuff in there. We don't really know that yet, but hopefully they have like better things because especially the V1 headset, the headset would kind of flake after a while, and then that cushioning would become exposed, and it got pretty nasty. So hopefully they've got that fixed this time around.
Yeah, that would be pretty nice. And again, 6 years to kind of refine how everything works. If it's the same material and it has the exact same problem, I would be absolutely shocked, right? I don't know. I don't know who's having the flaking problem. I don't know if it's a very specific type of person or if it's everybody.
People that play it a shit ton.
Well,
get sweaty.
Well, because when I had a shaved head, is when I started experiencing the problem. So like the little tiny hairs would actually like stick in there, and so you pull the headset off and it like tears at the fabric without you even knowing it. And I wonder how many people, if it's just like if you have a shaved head or if it's like or not. Because I know
everybody.
Because Des had the problem too, but with my newer, maybe it was because I had a V2, I didn't experience that problem. Anyway, yeah. Point being, AJ,
good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. What jumped out at you next about this thing?
Next, we've got the lens adjustment dial. So on the PlayStation VR, there was a lot of people that when they first got their VR headsets, they'd put it on and they'd say, "Oh, it's blurry." And what they didn't realize, it's not really their fault to some extent, to some degree, because what they didn't realize is, when you first put on a VR headset, your system configures for PlayStation VR. It says like, "Welcome to PlayStation VR. Let's get a couple things calibrated.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you put it. This is how you adjust it. Put it on." What they didn't tell you was that you have to go into the settings and configure the IPD, which is the measurement between your eye to eye distance. And you had to configure that, because if not, it's set to something automatically. I think it's like 63 or 73, and yeah, it's not calibrated for the width of your eyes, how far apart your eyes are. So now, instead of this being something you have to go into the menu and take off the headset, take pictures of your eyes, move the little thing to the dot to your reticles, or pupils, I mean, now it is just a little dial that you can adjust the thing, and I think this is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think it's even more important than people give it credit for. It seems like a small addition, but honestly, we saw games like Doom 3 where you could actually go into the settings on your PlayStation, and if you dramatically change the IPD setting, you could actually fix that world scaling problem. But you don't want to have to go into the settings just to start a game and do all that. It seems silly. And we just talked about Pistol Whip with the Encore mode and like having passing it headset to headset from person to person, I meant to say, and so as each person puts on the headset, if they don't have their own profile on the PlayStation that you're using, which if you have like 5 friends come over, they're not going to all create their own profile, right, with their own IPD settings and everything like that, and so everyone puts it on and then just quickly turns the dial, you're good to go, and so it really. Yeah. And this is one of the things I've been saying about PSVR 2. It just needs to work better. Like you don't need all these like little extra things to make it work properly. And I think this is one of the many things that'll allow people to just be able to put it on and start playing, which is super important.
Yeah. And hopefully people will be more familiar with that. But yeah, that's great. In addition to the lens adjustment dial, it's also got the same scope adjustment. So that's good for people with glasses. You can adjust the visor or the headset like forward and backward, because I know a lot of people. Now, I did have some people say that they still got their glasses. They would scratch the lenses with the glasses. Mm-hmm. But like my girlfriend, for example, she has 2 sets of glasses. She has a big pair, and then that's like her stylish ones, and then she's got a smaller pair. So might require some work on glasses wearing people as well, to get maybe a smaller pair of glasses if you've got those. The big glasses are kind of in these days. The big thick black glasses or clear glasses. Those are kind of.
Stop trying to make your girlfriend feel better.
She's got so much style. She looks so good in them. But yeah. But so that's a given. That was already on the last one. And then of course the adjustment, the actual Halo strap adjustment is on the back, and now it's just like one little simple dial with a button to release it. But that brings us, Brian, to possibly the most exciting part about this new headset from the design standpoint. Anyways.
Listen, I know what you're about to say, and and for me, I was shocked how much time they spent with this on the PlayStation blog. Are you talking about the ventilation system?
I am definitely talking about the ventilation system, because I think that is super, super cool. Even though I don't get a lot of lens fog, mm-hmm. I think this is a really cool thing. There's so many reasons, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But what's your problem with the ventilation system?
I'm just shocked that they spent so much time on it. But at the same time, I was like, well, you didn't really talk about too much. You had to spend some time on the smaller things. So I mean, my problem is that like it looks. I think it's a hole. I don't know how active this ventilation system is. I think that's my biggest problem with it. And trust me, don't get me wrong. Like I've heard from a lot of people, like people who live in different climates, people who live in freezing places, when like they put on their headset and the whole headset's cold and the lenses are cold, and then like they start playing Spark and they start heating up and the lenses are all fucking foggy. I'm like, I get it, man. It's an issue for some people, and I've experienced it once or twice. But honestly, I think they spent 20 minutes on the PlayStation blog talking about a hole that they poked into the rubber.
Oh my god! That is the greatest thing. Look, I have tears right now because they put probably hundreds of hours of research into getting the research behind it, getting the design down, and only for you to be like, they punched a hole. Like, you think they just took a drill last second? They just drilled a hole and they're like, yeah, we have a new ventilation system. No, man.
Look, we did it.
There's so much more that went into that than a fucking them just drilling a hole into it. No way, dude. No way. But the thing is when you get really, there's a lot of physical VR games, in particular stuff like Beat Saber, for example, stuff like fitness games. A lot of people, and one of the main problems is that people sweat a lot, and like you said, it gets hot. I mean, in the summertime, every single summer, I've learned so much about the UK because every single summer it gets so hot in the UK that people don't even play VR because of how hot it is. So imagine if you have like a fan blowing or something. I don't know if it's going to actually be able to get air into it. But it's like exhaust for a car, man. Like this shit is crucial to have some kind of release. And no, it's not just a fucking hole drilled into the forehead of it, Brian. The ridges, the rubber padding. When we talked about it being ribbed, okay, it looks all ribbed and weird. It goes all the way into. It's ribbed for everyone's pleasure, Brian. That all works together because that's supposed to be able to help, be like a vector for the air to release in, and it's super well designed. Oh,
I can't wait to try it out for myself and see how well designed it is, right? Like that was the thing. I was reading about it. I'm like, this doesn't sound like an active ventilation system. It doesn't sound like there's some kind of fan pushing the air through or anything like that. And I was like, I think it's just a hole. But so anyway,
I can't, man. I can't.
I'm really
spoken like a guy that struggles to put an IKEA bookshelf together. Okay.
Oh, I wish it was IKEA. It was Walmart. It's like, God damn. Yeah, that's a whole other story in itself. That's
the amount of research. Oh, that you just insulted them. So the amount of work that probably went into that is.
Hey, you know what? You want to impress me? Get on stage and impress me, man. Don't type a 500-word paragraph and say, "Here's your reveal, guys."
Maybe hopefully we'll see a GDC. I want to see like Mark Cerny up there on stage at GDC and have almost like an X-ray or something, where you can, or have the, what is it called, the thermal vision, and show somebody wearing a PSVR and then show them wearing a PSVR 2 and watching the colors in their face change because there's steam coming out of the vent. That would be cool. That's what you do it, Cerny. Do it.
Nice. Stingray X, man. My last Walmart bookshelves lasted for 10 years and still going strong. So I was just buying a couple extra ones.
You should have designed PSVR 2 then.
For sure. Dude, those bookshelves have some killer ventilation going on. It's mostly because I couldn't drill a straight hole and I ended up...
Oh, lordy.
Anyway, so besides, listen, the ventilation system sounds awesome. I'm very, very excited for it. And I got a couple tips to read in the meantime. Let us get caught up here. We got Let's try in the game feeling with the $5 tip. It says, here's a point and click deep cut. Laura Bow in the Dagger of Amon-Ra. It's like Indiana Jones, but with a female lead. I loved it. Let's Ryan, I'm sorry to tell you that game sucked. You should have played the Colonel's Bequest instead. Laura Bow's first mystery adventure. Still one of my favorite point and click adventures of all time, Colonel's Bequest. Waleed is now a Gamecat rare, specifically a white tiger with the Canadian $5 tip. Says, hey guys, PSVR 2
What's up, Waleed?
What up? Looks amazing. I think the circular thing where the cable connects to the headset seems like a removable cap, which can allow replacing cable. Oh. That's interesting. Okay. With some speculation going on here, I'm sure we'll find out more as they reveal more. Ben Dawson with the $5 Quid says, "Hey guys, is anyone else going to miss the lights on the new headset? I always thought they looked cool. I'll have to strap some LEDs to it." Such an excellent point, man.
Well, lucky for you, there is a little tiny small light on the front of it. I'm gonna miss the lights too, man. I like the way PSVR 1 looked. And yeah, there's just a little power light right there, and then there's two PlayStation icons on the symbols on each side of it. That's
Yeah,
all
no,
you get.
I've got a bunch of pictures. I remember on the first day that PSVR 1 showed up at my house from Amazon, and I got it all set up, and like Michelle came over, and we were both trying it out, and I got pictures of her, and like like we're kind of sitting partially in the dark, but with like that big blue light. It's just there's something very, very cool about the lights on the PSVR 1. I'm definitely gonna miss those for sure. Looper the Underground Gamecat with the €5 says, "I have a sweating lens problem. I have a sweating lens problem a lot in the summer. Removing the blinders helps, but breaks immersion." Huh. I've never thought about getting rid of the rubber stuff.
The rubber padding.
Yeah. Paradise Decay with the £2 says, "Oh, what up, Paradise Decay? I take my headsets to the opticians."
Optometrist? Oh, optician.
Optician? How do you...
Optician.
I don't know how to say it. Perfect Fit says,
Opticians, yeah.
opticians.
He takes his, yeah. Masters in the optical arts.
Excellent. And Red Rover, the effing Gamecat with $5 says, "It's a hole, but it's in the shape of a legume." Copyright that.
Yeah, it's not even a hole, Brian. It's like two vents. It's like two arched
Whatever.
things.
Yeah, Shades of Grey Matter was like, "You guys aren't even looking at the right thing." I was like, "I don't really care." I was like, "Don't bring facts into this conversation. We're having too much fun." In Mark Pringle's leaf with the £2 says, "Scientists were used for the hole placement."
Yes, that's what she said.
Nice. All right. So what else, man? What else about this thing? This is, I mean, there was a lot to take in, even though there wasn't like a lot of information shown.
Well, we're going through the good right now. The other cool thing is that on the front, I think it was the front and the back straps, they did the same thing they did with the PlayStation 5, where they have these little tiny PlayStation icons, the little symbols, the X, triangle, circle, XO. And they've got those all throughout I think it said the front and the back straps is what they said. So not really super important, but just a cool, tiny little detail. Although they might, depending on where they are specifically, because the pictures make it hard to see. Maybe you could be a little grip or provide a little grip or something. I don't really know.
I mean, these are on the DualSense as well, right? And
yes.
And it's like I can't even see them. Like
no, but it's just a cool little thing.
It just feels like texture. It's like, why did you even bother, man?
No, because it's cool, man.
I mean, it's cool if you've got a microscope, right? I'm a big fan of the sacred symbols. I've always thought it was cool that they had the triangle, X, circle, and square instead of like A, B, X, and Y. I've always appreciated when they sort of integrate that into games and whatever else. So it's cool, but it's like there's like we don't have anything to tell you here. So here's that.
Yeah, and then it's black and white, which is supposed to match the PS5 as well. But I think, yeah.
Well, so this might be kind of a good segue then. Because I think some people really like the black and white. I think a lot of people were asking or hoping that it would be black and white to match the PlayStation 5. And I think my initial reaction was like, oh, the black and white's pretty cool, but like I don't like having white controllers. I don't like having anything that I have to hold. If it's a portable system, I don't want it to be white. I want it to be black because white just shows dirt and grime too much. And like I'm a greasy Italian, man. Like everything I own is disgusting. You can wash your hands 1,000 times a day and it's still like covered in pizza grease.
How did I get meatball on my headset?
Right.
Yeah. So I think I like the design overall. I like the two-tone that matches the PlayStation 5 console. The only thing I don't really like, I would say, is like the front facing. When you look at it from the side, it looks really cool. When you look at it from the back, it looks really cool. When you look at this sucker head on with all the light on, it's blank, man. It's super blank as hell.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing on the you can hardly see the PlayStation icons, and there's just the cameras, and like that's it. There's nothing. I'm used to seeing, like, if they want to be, I don't think so. Short answer here, I don't think they captured the essence of the design of the PlayStation 5 with this headset. No, it's two-tone, yes, but like, why isn't there? They could have put like a black stripe down the middle. I was actually fiddling with my phone. Now don't make fun of me too much, because this doesn't
so
look,
ready.
This
Please
doesn't
put this in a thumbnail.
Look. I was just having some fun, and but I was like, I don't know if you can even see it. I did this just from my phone, the little phone editor, and I was like, why didn't this is like if they were to go full PS5.
If they were going full Wolverine. Like, what the fuck is that?
It looks like Spawn or Wolverine. Yeah,
Spawn.
I feel like this. But this, I think, more accurately represents the PS5 than what it is. Like, it's just white. What do you mean it represents the PS5? It's white. It's all white. And I mean,
stark white and stark black. Like, I mean, I get it. It's like,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
I feel like they're usually better about making something that like looks kind of cool, or I don't know. I feel like they're usually better at making things look a little bit more like.
See, I disagree. I think they suck at this. I've said this over and over. I've never had a problem with the way any of their shit looks, but since PS1, I thought that PlayStation 1 was boring looking. It was like a gray box with a circle that lifted up. I thought the PlayStation 2 was boring, like the rib tower. As like PlayStation 3 was a monstrosity. PlayStation 4 was a rhombus. I'm like, not a rhombus. What is that? No, I can't think of the proper geometric shape, but it's like, it's just, I've never really liked it. And then the PlayStation 5, I was blown away by it only because it was so different. And now that it's sitting on my, like, next to my TV, I'm like, thing's kind of fucking ugly. I gotta be honest. I've never been happy with the PlayStation's design on anything.
I've always thought it looked really. When the PS4 came out,
the PSP.
I was like, the PS4 looks sexy. I love the way the PS5 looks, even though it's like out of this world weird. I really like the PlayStation 4 Pro. Like, I've got a white PlayStation 4 Pro, and that thing looks awesome. I've typically liked, even if maybe not the first gen or first model of every PlayStation has looked the greatest. Usually the revision model looks a lot better, like either the Slim or something. Like the PS3 Slim looks great.
The first Slim,
but no, I think I like the look of this, and I think this. I don't think it looks bad, but it just, like, it to me, it's just missing a little something. It just looks really plain. But at the end of the day, this is how I feel: is that I don't really care what it looks like. I spent the last decade playing with controllers that look like neon dildos. So I really don't care what it looks like. I mean, it looks better than that, doesn't it?
Yeah,
sure. You know what I mean? It's an improvement over the PSVR in some way. What just happened?
Tornado
Did a bookshelf just fall on you?
No reason. What are you doing? You totally just scratched my back for no reason.
No.
So. Yeah, no, and so I think that kind of like leads us into the question is like, does it look too much like PSVR 1? Like,
does it look too much like PSVR 1? No, it doesn't look anything like PSVR 1.
I think it looks. I mean, I think like shape-wise.
Shape-wise,
you know, it's not only does it have the Halo strap and it's got like a big bulky, headset basically. It's shape-wise, I think it's very close to PSVR 1, and I'm a little surprised. Yeah. I was expecting them to reveal this thing on stage, pull the curtains back, pull the whatever off the top of it, and everyone gasp in the audience, go, "Oh my god, this is so amazing!" Right? And actually be like, "Wow, this looks so futuristic." Instead, it looks like they just sort of strapped a white plate on the front of the PlayStation VR 1, and like, here's your PlayStation VR 2.
Right, it's a little bit more rounded. Like, the shape is cool. I don't mind the shape at all. I'm talking about like the faceplate text, like, design. It's just white. I mean, what is there to talk about? It's white. Like, there's nothing. There's no design in the like actual details there. But I don't know. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like when we have it on. But to me, it's just white.
Yeah, and
Looks like a white PSVR.
and honestly, I know what it looks like is probably the least important thing, but I really did think that Sony wanted to wow everybody and be like, you need this. Look how fucking slick and cool it is. And so I was a little surprised that they went with something a little bit more tame, a little bit more safe, a little bit more what we're used to. You know?
Yeah.
That's
what I was
all.
saying.
I don't think it's
That's what I'm saying. No, it's not. I care about when I'm using it, and that's where all of the stuff matters.
Oh, for sure.
And it might not even look that bad when we have it on. It might not look bad at all. I just think it's really like bright and I don't know.
Looper the Underground Gamecat with the €2 says, "Have you already covered the change in the orb's colors?" We did. I think we talked about that as you were typing that tip in. Thank you very much. So Dragoon's Eye 76 with the $2 tip says, "Any info on this Sword Art Online VR experience thing?" I don't even know anything about the Sword Art Online experience thing. I'm gonna have to look into that after Gamescast is over.
No, I don't. The only thing I just don't like about the what they did with the orbs, because I actually do like that, but or I think it's fine or whatever. But I do think it's weird that they put white on the triggers where your finger's going to be all the time. I feel like that's a weird design decision. That's like you said, that's gonna get nasty. Where you're, one of the dirtiest parts of your body is going to be
not the dirtiest part of my body. Genetic B, the abbreviated Gamecat with the $5 tip says, "When I saw the new design, I immediately wished that it had the old colorful PlayStation logo on it. I missed that logo. I missed those colors." Yeah, dude, that would be really cool. That would be nice and give this kind of black and white headset a little bit more pizzazz. I like the old logo,
but I don't know. The shape of it is really nice, so that might make up for it just being blank. And like Great Tantrum says, it's a blank canvas for you to design on. I mean, sure, like I didn't stick any stickers or stupid eyes or anything on my thing, but this one is going to make me potentially want to do that because it's just so blank.
And we got Looper the Underground Gamecat with the €5 says, "It really looks as if someone applied a Quest 2 texture to a PSVR 3D model."
Right.
So getting away from the aesthetics, one of the things that they didn't talk about in this blog post, but they seem to make very clear by the photographs, is that the USB-C cable, and I think this was sort of a surprise to everybody, will be hardwired into the headset, just like the PSVR 1, V1, and V2. Was that a surprise to you?
What did you say? Say it one more time.
The USB
water.
I know, and that gets all up in your ears and shit when you try to drink water.
Yeah, it spills over.
All my orifices, I can't hear a thing. No, that the USB-C cable is hardwired into the headset, and I asked on Twitter this morning because I was like, well, I never had any problem with that, but a lot of people seem up in arms about it. So I asked on Twitter this morning. I told you guys to follow me at Parole PSVR, so that you guys can get in on these kind of conversations, all my like little research before the shows. And I was like, hey guys, it seems like some people are complaining about the USB-C cable being hardwired into the headset. Right. I've never had a problem with my PSVR 1. That's never been an issue. So so tell me some stories. Like, let me know, like, what's going on? Why is everyone up in arms about this? And like, out of everyone that responded, most people were just like, "We need the wire. The wire's great." And I was like, "You missed the point. No, that's not what we're talking about." But
we want the wire. We want the wire.
Right. But like 3 or 4 people like actually read the tweet before they responded, and said, and I think Just Incredible, had like told a story about how when his wire got destroyed or whatever for one reason or another, and the whole headset had to be replaced, which is obviously a big concern for people.
Well, that's something Sony's going to have to be ready for because, I mean, look, personally, I don't really care. For me personally, I've never damaged the wire. The wire is actually really durable. For me, I feel like it's made out of really durable material. But I understand there's people in all sorts of different situations. So for me, I've always tried to advocate for, hopefully having a detachable wire to help those people. I can't live another generation where who was it? Who was it? I don't remember who it was, but they had like their dog or cat or something chewed through their wire like 5 times, and they had to do it. I mean, you'd think by like the 4th time they'd like would have figured out how to prevent the cat from doing it, but I get it. You know, I don't know, man. This doesn't bother me one bit, but I can understand. The problem is that what happens is that's the reason why. Is if it becomes damaged, then you have to send it in for repairs. But from what I've heard, most people have had an okay experience with that. They send it in, it gets fixed, they get it back, and they said, "Wow, they were really quick about it." So I haven't heard any like horror stories about that whole process most of the time. But yeah, that's just something Sony's going to have to be ready to deal with because that's gonna inevitably happen with some people for various reasons, whether it's their fault or not. Yeah, they're going to have to be ready to repair it, which they probably will.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope so. I mean, the deal is like you just got to be fucking careful with the shit. You know, like my apartment is not what I'd consider clean. It's not organized, you know, but what I always have my PSVR case, the headset case sitting right next to the TV. When I'm done with it, I just drop it in there and close it. I guess I'm lucky that tornado's not chewing on wires and shit like that. Yeah, I mean, I guess just could be careful. The lucky thing is that the other side will obviously be detachable from the PlayStation 5. So unplug it, wrap it up in the case, and close the top. So it's going to be an issue for some people, and that sucks. It's not like we're trying to discount, you know, anybody's concerns here, but but you know, and again, I guess the one thing to remember from this too is that like we don't know when PSVR 2 is coming out. Sony has not made that public knowledge yet, and all these photos said, you know, designs may change. This is all, you know, works in progress, or whatever it is. And so
it sounded like almost like from the blog. It almost sounded like the controllers were final, but the headset was subject to change. But
yeah,
the way they worded it is that's what it sounded like. So maybe they are doing feedback. So Sony, if you're listening, give me a racing stripe on my PSVR headset, please.
Yeah, that's the thing we'd want them to take from this conversation.
There's a big black stripe down the middle to match my PS5. Come on, Sony,
don't worry about a detachable wire. Don't worry about a detachable USB-C cable. Well, be concerned about AJ's racing stripe.
Yes.
Yeah. Mad Max the Metaverse Gamecat with the $2 tip says, "What if they are customizable like the PS5 plates?"
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, then you can have all the fucking racing stripes you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the other cool failsafe for this is if like you actually could unscrew, like they could have had it so like you could unscrew the thing and replace the cable yourself internally, like, you know, and replace the casing or something. But Dreamcastic channel donates $2. Thank you so much. It says if the cable was removable, the port could break. Now, if you think the cable is frustrating, try dealing with a broken, messed up port, because that is like, oh, I mean, imagine all the people that, you know, if it is detachable, imagine if you put some pressure on that and like damaging that port and the cable in the process. It could potentially be, again, they do, if you guys think you know what like the right answer here, I mean, they do so much freaking research that goes into this. So like I'm not going to always say just because they say it's the right thing, but I feel like they know what they're doing here. I've personally, like I said, you know, I've had some rough goes with my PSVR and the cable survived. So I feel like it's pretty durable.
Yeah. AJ, it seems like the other big concern wasn't so much about the headset reveal itself. It seems like the other big concern, I mean, you saw this again over on Discord. If you want to join our Discord, the link's in the description below. You can leave your viewer takeover questions there in the viewer takeover channel. Just like Jay Meow said, how concerned are you with Sony's reliance on the PlayStation blog post to reveal exciting PSVR 2 news? Are you nervous that Sony's lack of big-time marketing for PSVR 2 could become a barrier to huge sales? Confused the Gamecat said, did Sony just ruin the PSVR 2 hype? They certainly didn't seem that excited about it to have it revealed on a blog post. Triple R on Discord said, what reason did PlayStation have for not having a more public release for the PSVR 2 headset? Was this a wasted opportunity for more publicity, or was it just me? Everybody's concerned about the same thing, AJ, that this should not have been a blog post. Why was it revealed this way? And did they waste some potential hype by doing it this way?
I 100% agree that this shows me that I wish I had an answer for you, but if the objective here, or if the idea was to try and sell people on PSVR 2, I mean, that's not what they tried to do here. It's kind of mixed messaging here. The PlayStation blog has proven over and over that that's not how you sell products. And yeah, it is concerning because this was probably the weakest way you could do this reveal. I mean, you could just say, do a showcase or something, or here's a PSVR 2 state of play, something. And yeah, this part is the concerning part for me. Luckily, the product is there. I think the PSVR 2 itself is going to be amazing. I think developers are going to show up big. But if this is their idea of marketing this thing, I mean, their official PlayStation account got like 30,000 likes on this or something. I mean, like there's like no visibility on this whatsoever. So to me, that tells me that this was not meant as a way to advertise, or they just need to fire their marketing person. If they actually thought that this was like a good idea for like selling people PSVR 2. No, it's not. It's proven over and over that this is how PSVR games and certain things fail, is because they fail to put some good marketing into it. You look at what they did for Horizon Forbidden West. They've got it plastered on like billboards and buses in the UK. They've got it everywhere. They've got it like on every website you go to. There's ads for it everywhere. I don't know what they're trying to do with this, but it's certainly not try to sell PSVR headsets. It is definitely showing us what it looks like and everything, and just letting a lot of the media report on it. But it is absolutely a waste of potential, a waste of marketing. You had so much time to do something like this, and to put together a little event. How hard is it to edit a video? Dude, you and I can take and edit together a small little video in like a day or two that would make like this look really freaking awesome. And the fact that they didn't have anybody to do that is, I don't know. It's just not. It's not flashy. It's not exciting. This was the most boring way they could, and weakest way that they could have shown this. But at least we got to see it. So, and I'm happy with the product itself. So I don't really care.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Dan Kiefer in the chat. It says the push will come when they have games to show. I think this kind of shows that this PSVR 2 is not coming out next month or the month after that. I think it's kind of saying like hey, we want to assure our loyal fans that like shit's happening, right? And this is the beginning of the drip feed. They it's been a year. Since the last big PSVR 2 news, right? It'd be up until CES. It had been a year, right? They showed off the controllers, and then a year. Just let me say that one more time. A year, right? And so, what are you gonna do? You're gonna edit. You're gonna like do these like highly produced, like super expensive, like marketing campaigns for a full year? No, I think right now what they're trying to tell us is hey, like for the loyal PSVR, fans, for the people who are very very interested in this thing. Here's the information you need, and here's what you're looking for. But as soon as we get closer to, releasing this thing, as soon as we get closer to a showcase, I really think they're going to pull out all the stops, and I think it's going to be really, really impressive. And this is sort of more of a word of mouth marketing strategy right now, where it's just like let's get this out into the VR ecosystem, people who are already interested in VR. We're probably not, like you said, not selling anybody new on VR, but like anybody who's interested in what we're doing here, this is for you guys. And then they'll do the big, big marketing blitz, the big splashy showcase, which I've got to ask, do you think this rumored March showcase could be that?
No. I don't. I don't think so. And to be honest with you, yeah, no. I mean, that would be awesome. Well, they did say we would see more Horizon Forbidden West soon, so maybe there will be some PSVR 2 stuff integrated into that. Horizon Call of the Mountain.
That's what I was gonna ask. Okay.
They said that they were going to show more on Horizon Call of the Mountain soon, and I figured they'd be waiting after. So maybe we will see some games. Maybe they're going to start integrating this into the thing. My point is, if you look at what they did for the PlayStation 5 reveal, and then you look what they did for this reveal, it almost makes me think like maybe this isn't even the final design. That maybe they're not done with it, and that's why they didn't do like a big reveal like that. Because they could have done this in so many ways, and the PlayStation blog was just such a weird, low key way to do this, and I was very surprised that they had us wait so long just for a PlayStation blog announcement. Like it's just very the most unceremonious thing you could have done. This is a big deal to a lot of people. Big deal for a big chunk of the future of gaming, and yeah, I mean, like I said, at least the product is there and it's nice. But it definitely comes off as like either they just don't know or don't care a little bit. I don't really know, or I really don't know. I mean, they did a video for a Sony Tech Day on a headset that's not even a product that they're trying to sell, and they had a full like professionally done video, and so I really don't know why they chose to do it this way. But as long as they keep giving us drip feed, keep giving us information, slowly revealing it, and then leading up to the launch of it, I'll be happy with it. I don't really care how they do stuff. I care about. I mean, it would be better, I think, if they really want to sell PSVR 2s. I don't think that's really the right way to go about this. But if there's maybe some other reasoning behind them doing it this way. I don't really know though.
Yeah, man.
Same mistakes as last gen. In my opinion, they're doing the same thing they're making the same mistakes of last gen that just it could be better. It could be better, and I just want them to be proud of this thing and support it and market it some. Look at what Facebook did with a mobile phone headset. Look at the kind of support and marketing they're doing behind that.
Yeah.
I mean, put a little effort into making some flashy, cool announcements. Jim Ryan coming up and saying that it's called PlayStation VR2 was more exciting than the headset reveal. Really?
Yeah, it does. It feels like this doing the reveal on the stage with Jim Ryan, right, and having them like lift like a napkin or something off of the headset and be like, "This is what it looks like," and now here's the first game we're announcing for it. Like it feels like that would have all gone together like way better than being like, "Oh yeah, here's your blog post." So I agree. I absolutely agree. But I do feel like that this is part of their strategy. Is like we're going to get this drip feed for a while. Right, and it's just gonna be like, well, first we're gonna give them the logo, and then we're gonna give them a game, and then we're gonna give them what the headset looks like, and then we're gonna give them, maybe a price, and then we're gonna give them a release date, and it's like, how long can you keep this up, and build momentum and build hype until you finally have to do a state of play or some kind of live event where it's like, okay, now this is for everybody, now for the mainstream, now for the people who didn't care about VR, and like we're trying to convince you to care about VR, or now for all the people who jump ship to Quest, and we're trying to convince you to come back. Like where's that event? And I think that event is, we're going to see that. And so I think all this is just a precursor to that, and this is just like setting the stage for that and getting all the information out there properly, but slowly.
Yeah, it's just really weird. Like I said, this is a big deal. This PSVR 2 headset is a very, very big deal. VR is a big deal that's on the rise, and they want to be known as kind of pioneers of it, and they have the ability to. And yeah, it's just a little weird the way they're doing this. The website is like operational, and they haven't even said that there's a website yet or like a site page.
Right.
I really just don't understand why they do this the way they do this. And this is something like, I've already gone on giant rants before. I've already have just now about their marketing and how poor it has been in several ways. But at the end of the day, I usually end up getting the games I like. I usually end up getting the hardware that I like for the most part. And so, like, to me, it's like, it's not my problem how much money they make. Like it really, if I don't know. Like I'm not really concerned about how much money they make. So I just care about the product, and they deliver to me the product that I like. So and the games that I like, and that's all I care about.
Right, and there is a narrative going on here in the chat, and like Plo617 said, there's not enough PS5s out there right now. That's their priority. Exactly. Like that. If you are aware of that, then you have absolutely been paying attention and you understand Sony's strategy. They need to make sure that the PlayStation 5 is a successful launch, right? And like that is 100% their priority. Making sure that there's a big install base and that people are getting the PlayStation 5, and that when they have this big media blitz for PlayStation VR2, the last thing that they need on Twitter is everybody responding saying, "Still can't get a PS5.
Yeah,
What's the
yeah.
point?"
Right.
So like they need to make sure. I think they're doing this smart by saying,
Yeah,
like,
but they
okay,
had no problem marketing. Well, I guess Horizon Forbidden West was on PS4 as well, so
yeah,
it was easier to say that. But I'm trying to think if there's any PS5 only game that they have done like a heavy marketing. I mean,
yeah.
Ratchet and
Returnal
Clank,
hasn't
maybe?
been. Wasn't
Did
a
they
huge
do
marketing.
less of a marketing push with Ratchet and Clank and Returnal? I mean, it still seemed like they went pretty big. They weren't afraid to talk about those on a big stage, and that was at the peak of it being impossible to get a PS5.
But that's part of making sure the PlayStation 5 has a successful launch, right? That's all part of that strategy. So
Yeah.
Dragon's Eye 76 with a $2 tip says stalling tactics due to chip shortages. Again, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing that makes logic. That's the only thing that makes logical sense. What scares me is that I look at their marketing last gen, and it still had some issues. Like
Yeah.
I've said it a billion times. Stuff like Astrobot being released being announced on a PS blog. Astrobot, like, come on, man. Like, that's what scares me. They need to just honestly, they need to just nuke the PlayStation blog and quit using it. Quit leaning on that. Take it away from them. So they resort to other means.
Yeah, I can see that. I enjoy it. I think the PlayStation blog is a nice place to wake up. It's like sort of like my morning newspaper. I get up, I check the news, or Jay Meow calls me and gets me out of bed and says, "Go read the PlayStation blog. Something's happening," which is also fine. AJ, man, this has been we're going a little bit long here, but we cannot leave you guys without a game of PSVR 20 questions. So let's get to it. AJ, it's my turn to be the host. You guys out there, AJ needs all the help he can get. That's not true. He's way better at this than I am. But AJ and you guys have 20 yes or no questions to figure out what PlayStation VR game I'm thinking of in only 6 minutes on the clock. AJ, are you ready?
I am ready, man.
All right, go to it.
Does it have move support?
Yes.
Does it have DualShock 4 support?
No, it does not.
Did it come out within the last 2 years?
Last 2 years. That's an excellent question. No, it has definitely no.
Does it have? Wait, did you say it had DualShock 4 support? Yes, right?
You didn't ask that question. You asked if it had move support, and I said yes.
Oh.
Oh wait, did you ask that question? Was that your second question?
So, yeah.
Then no, it doesn't have DualShock 4 support.
Okay.
Boy, that's okay. That's my brain working
Okay.
right there. If we're 3 questions in, I forgot all 3 questions.
All right. Does it have full locomotion?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you operating vehicles in this game?
No, that's 5.
Is it cartoony?
No, I don't think when you think about this game you think cartoony. I think that would throw you off if I said yes. So let's go with no.
Is it a puzzle game?
No. Not a puzzle game. Sorry, more sirens on my end, guys.
Is it a shooting game?
No, it's not a shooting game.
Is it a war game?
No, not a war game. That's 9.
Shit. Is it sci-fi?
Not sci-fi. 10.
Dang.
Dang it.
Got that it's got move support. What's the other one we have? I should have been writing these
That
down.
it doesn't have DualShock 4 support. That you don't shoot. It's not a shooting game.
It's got moves.
You don't control vehicles. It's not a puzzle game.
Is there combat?
Yeah, there's combat.
Is it played from... Well, you said there's full locomotion. There is combat. Let's see here. It's not puzzle. Let's see here. Have the developers made other PSVR games? Thank you, Shades.
Yes, they have.
They've made other PSVR games.
Yeah.
Is there melee combat?
Yes, there's melee combat.
Is there... Ooh. So there's melee combat. They've made other things. I'm thinking... Did I ask you if it was fantasy or not?
I don't know if you asked me that.
Is it made by Shell Games?
It's not made by Shell Games.
Okay, so it's not Until You Fall. We're at 14 here. There's melee combat. Is it single player?
There's a single player mode.
There's a single player mode, so it's multiplayer.
That's 15. You got 5 left.
Multiplayer melee combat. Is made by Servios.
It is made by Servios.
Okay. Is it a boxing game?
It is a boxing game.
Is it? Do they have any other melee games with multiplayer? Is it Creed Rise to Glory?
It is Creed Rise to Glory. Excellent choice. I think Dave, the UK Gamecat, was the first person I saw say it. If somebody said it before that, sorry.
Nice.
But yeah, once he said it, I saw like 3 or 4 people say it after
losing
that.
streak. We snapped the losing streak, Cats. Good job.
Excellent. I mean, the boxers do have like a cartoony look to them, but like I really
It's not cartoony.
It's
cartoony.
gritty cartoony.
It is not cartoony one bit.
Not one bit. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Not cartoony.
I didn't want to steer you down the wrong path with that one.
Yeah, that would have definitely thrown me off.
Yeah. All right, you guys, listen, we're going to get out of here, but thank you so much for hanging out with us on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday evening. Hopefully you all get your humping in this evening. It's going to be a good night had by all. Maybe not by me, but hopefully for all of you.
That's an order.
I don't think we're allowed to give people orders. We don't have any authority here. AJ, who do you think we are? But guys, thank you so much. Just a quick heads up, quick thank you to everybody who helps makes this channel run. AJ's the obvious one. He's here with me 3 days a week. I fucking love this guy. Make sure you support him over on PSVR
love
Underground.
You too, bro.
I was just being nice, dude. Don't fucking get into it. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, PSVR Underground. Support him on Patreon, patreon.com/PSVR Underground. Consider supporting me on Patreon as well. Patreon.com/PS Without Parole Games. God, Patreon.com/Without Parole Games. My bad. Thank you.
You need to say yours first.
Thank you to Hibsy. Thank you to Sci-Fi Gamecat Henry. Thank you to Jay Meow. Thank you to all of our moderators doing God's work out there, guys. Don't forget to join our Discord. Click the link in the description below. We love you so very much. Can I cue the cat?
Cat Brian, because I want to say have a great hump night to Neon Groove. Says Neon.
Neon
dildos, Neon Groove.
Who's talking
Neon
about
Dios, Brian the Game Feline. Thank you so much, man. Xenomorph says hit the like button, Tarzan. Bob Zarkoff, the Underground Game Cat Elite Name Squad in the house. Welsh Boy UK76 says smash that like piece. Smash the like button, Tarzan. Thank you guys so much. Shapeshifter GG to you, homie. Ben Dawson, later, man. You too. Mark Pringles Leaf, what's up, homie? Samuel Barrett, thank you so much, man. Emily Baxter, hashtag cartoony game Cartoony Witch Game Kitten. Thank you. RG with the peace sign. Joseph Paul Jr., thank you so much, man. Alberto Napalm, the game Gato. Thank you so much. All you are is history. Off to buy a 3D rudder, I'm sure. Darty, the Balkan Cat. What's up, playa? Can't wait to play Zenith with you again. Ryan, let's go sports team game cat. Later, skaters, he says. Serial killer, the game-themed cat. Look at Steve IRE says poop emoji. Good to see you too, homie. Guy Sud, fist bump to you. Shades of Gray Matter, thank you so much, man. As always, Dark Angel 3. Mr. UPS man, bring me a box. Genetic B, the improved game cat, thank you so much, man. Says, you know what? I missed that slasher goofball a little. I think he had a little fuzzy heart. Who's he talking about?
I have no idea. I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh man, Jason Voorhees likes the new PlayStation VR2 design. B Tribble in the house doing God's work with his little goggles emoji.
Nice.
Mark Smith, good to see you, man. Let's get that release date and the price. Yes, please. Dave, the UK Game Cat, what up, man? Starting playing PSVR now at Gone Midnight here in UK. Close enough.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? Jazzy J, the Terra Mage Game Cat. What is your fortune? What's up?
Did you? We totally missed a tip from Dead Ringer. $2 tip. He says, "Yeah, this was just another hype teaser. Not worried." In regards to the PlayStation blog.
Well, you could have caught that after I went on a 20-minute rant about.
No, I was looking through the chat, and he was telling us we missed his tip, and I was like, we missed a tip, and I found it. Really sorry about that, Dead Ringer.
Well, don't be fooled. I am still very, very excited about everything. I know I did a lot of ranting tonight, but I just want to be better. If you love something, you're not afraid to criticize it too.
And apparently we had a troll in the chat that I didn't even notice. So this is one of those where I'm just not paying attention.
It happens.
But it was a good time had by all, and we love you also very much.
Bro.
Oh, are we still going?
All of you cats.
We love you
have
all.
A wonderful night. Zombie 5150, my dude.
He's still
just
going.
In time.
Still going.
Bye. Virtual strangers. Hello, friends. My mom.